I think I'm live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy Saturday night to you. Uh, can you believe it's Saturday night? I say that every Saturday night, I think, but it's flying by, and here we are, the last Saturday of November. Next Monday is already December, and before we know it, it'll be 2026. What? I know. So, welcome. Hope you're enjoying it. I'm all bundled up. It's a nice, like 20 degrees outside right now. So, I love that energy that we have going on outside. I forgot to do one other thing. There we go. Oh, and I didn't do it over here either. Got to make sure I have it set to live chat so I capture everything. All right. So we are all set now. Um, so welcome everybody. So happy to have you here. Before we jump in, we'll begin by what I do like to do each session is to take a big deep breath just to come back to this moment and get out of the future, get out of the past, come back to right now, out of the chaos and all the energy of the outside world. Just come into this beautiful place of peace here. So we'll do that. We'll start off taking a big deep breath, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable. Then a slow exhale and just focus on coming back to right here. And then we'll bring in the singing bowl with more energy. So we'll begin here. If you want to join me, we'll begin with a big, deeper breath. Here we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. As I hit the singing bowl, we can just let that beautiful waterfall of eternal, unconditional love energy of the Creator just fall into us, fill us up, and flow out to the world, allowing it to do whatever it wants to do out there. And we can also focus on just one thing that we're grateful for right here, right now, in this moment. And then we have gratitude around that. Immediately raises our love vibration and puts us in that energy of receiving messages from spirit and magnetizing us to receive more of what we're grateful for. So we'll do that. I'll hit it 3 times. I'm not sure how loud it'll be. It always varies. Um, so watch your ears and remember gratitude. All right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, as always, for joining me. I really appreciate that. Such lovely energies. All right, we will put her back on her shelf back here. We've got this little book back here. I put it over there for a reason. I've been talking a lot about this book, The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. I'm not related in any way. I don't get a bonus or any kind of commission. But I just finished reading the book part. There's two online chapters I haven't read yet. What an amazing, amazing book. Really some surprising, wonderful things in here, which when you get to my age, if you get new things that come in, you're like, wow. But it's on sale right now at hayhouse.com for 50% off, I think through Monday. But it's like $15, I think. Not sure about shipping, but I saw it was $15. So it's half off. If you're interested, um, I highly recommend it. So free advertising. All right. So welcome, all my Zen friends. So happy to have you here. Thanks for all the thumbs up already. It does help spread the Zen love. It's something you can do to show a little love toward me and to my channel. And when we do that, we do send out a wave of love to the world, and you're part of the love tsunami. So thank you so much for doing that. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of Zen friends with huge hearts and great senses of humor, which are two things that I really appreciate having here. But also it helps us on our little adventure in humanity to have an easier path when we have that love and that laughter, especially as well. So I love that. What else? What else? What else? Well, if you're want to know how the whole process works, um, it's all down in the description box of the video. Free readings are generally 1 to 2 cards, sometimes three. But donations, I do prioritize. I step out of the free readings. I dive deep into the uh, more information, meaning we pull more cards for that. And you also get a bonus oracle card of some sort as like a fortune cookie after the meal. So we do have that there. And if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. Do we have the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square? I don't have any set dollar amounts. So whatever you give from your heart is the amount that I know you can give right now, and I'll honor that. After each session, I do post a pinned comment listing all of the readings with timestamps, so you can always come back and find that, click on it. It'll take you right to your reading. So that's very fancy. And if 2.5 hours in, if I have not completed any free readings, like if I'm only doing donations, I do break away from donations. And so we always complete some of the free readings. Lately, I've been completing them all. But that's my commitment is at least 30 minutes a session. We will do the free reading. Sundays are different tomorrow. Whatever I don't get to in the morning, I always come back in the afternoon and finish everything out if I don't finish it in the morning. So you always get a message for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure on Sundays. But so that's the way that works. Um, and this weekend, I'm giving away two readings per session, two 15-minute personal recorded readings. One I will pick from donations, the other I'll pick from the free readings. So far, we had in Thursday night, we had Patty and Premia Abidal. You guys were winners. And then last night, Crescent Moon and Johanna Jojo were winners. This morning session, Sudeshna Ghosh and Summer or Moonlight um, won this morning. So I will pick two more. And what I do is I'll put the winners on the pinned comment on the video and then also post it to my social media, my Facebook, Instagram, Threads, which is Instagram's kind of like Twitter, and in the community area of the YouTube channel as well. So I'm excited. And if that wasn't enough, wait, there's more like the old Ginsu uh, knives commercials back in the day. If you're older, you would remember that, unless they still have them going on today. Every new moon and full moon, I'm also having a giveaway for the rest of the year. Oops, it didn't. Did I not do it right? Hold on. It said error, error. Try again. There it is. Um, So if you're interested in winning, getting into a drawing for a 30-minute personal recorded reading or a hedge of peace and love, make sure to check that out. The current drawing is always in the current stream's description box down there too. So if you ever want to check it out, it'll always be there. Also, all of my personal readings, both my live readings and my personal recorded readings, and my Hedge of Peace and Love, all those are on sale, special until the end of the year. All that information's in the description box too, as far as the pricing. And lastly, but not leastly, if you haven't checked out my newest episode of my podcast, The Easier Path, that just came out Thursday. And that one's about change in people. So that is um, available. And I like those. The podcast, it gives a lot of wonderful channelings from spirit because we have story time with Brother Zen where I talk about a situation in my life I experienced. And because there's nothing that we all experience a lot of the same, morals of the story, even though the characters and the locations may be different and situations may be different. At the root, we all feel the same feelings, experience a lot of the same things. So they all, when I mention a story, you probably are like, oh my God, I know how that feels. And then we get a human perspective, like, why does the human do what they do? Spirit's perspective, why do we want that to experience that? And then hints from spirit and how we can make it an easier path, thus the name of the podcast, instead of a harder path. So if you're interested, you can check that out. That's, like I said, that's all free. All right, blah blah blah. We will get started here in a sec. I kind of have a Christmas theme going on. I got red, I got green, kind of like all wintry because it is like 20 degrees outside right now. um, but I'm a winter baby, born in February, so I love cold weather. But in honor of all that, I am going to be using the Yuletide Tarot this evening. So too soon? Too soon? Well, it's almost December. Close enough. So it's got even a little wreath on the back. I like these. So we'll be using those this evening for all the readings. So let me do some shout outs and we'll jump into everything. Just double check over here. All right. So we've got Brenda Globy in the house. Hey, Brenda. Well, let's grab your free reading, get it on the list here. And we have Lucky. Hello. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. And of course, we have JoJo in the house, one of the winners. Good to see you. Hey. We have is that Anima Ravati. Hello. All right, let's take a look here. Okay, that's not a question. Well, that's interesting. Um, it could be a wonderful mirror for yourself if you kind of reflect on that. Right. Lucky, we have you here. Hello. Good to see you. You already said there, but I got your free reading here. And Carmel Damon, hello. Good to see you. Happy holidays to you too. We have Ateshi Singh. So Ateshi, I got your free reading here. And then Patricia, hello. Good to see you. Maria P, I got your free reading there. And then I do have your 2 donations via the PayPal. So you'll be up first for those. I do have Touch of Love. Hello, good to see you. And Hot Sun, I got your free reading. You are on the list here. And MM28, we have yours up here as well. So welcome. Thank you guys again so much for being here. And Livier Vagata in the house. Hello. Good to see you. All right. So let us get into the energies here. And we will find out what we've got going on here. It's always interesting when People come in to tell you how you live your life, right? Too funny. All right. So, let us jump up here, take a sip. Cheers, everybody. Good to see you. And we'll start off 16 minutes even for your first donation, Maria. Maria P. There's your first one. And of course, we'll circle back and give you your second timestamp here in a moment. But let's jump over here to the PayPal and to your questions here. So we'll dive in. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening, enjoying the full moon energy of Gemini coming in next week. We had Mercury go direct today, so it's just going to be much, much more fun. But Saturn did go also direct on Thanksgiving Day. So Thursday, which we were all really internal pointed reflecting. Now we're learning a lot in the outside world through things too. So fun energies. All right. So Maria, a general for you and Wally. All right. We'll start off there. Okay. Get those two there. And then what he's been thinking of you. Uh-oh. All right. We'll take a look there. Let's see what they want you to know. What did he realize that is stopping him? Updates on the dark side. What should you know? All right, that's with the dark side, right? We'll see anything underneath the surface here. What should you know about the dark side going on over there? So what is it that he will like to do with your relationship? All right. And we'll find out that there. And then, oh, okay. I was like, what? So the dragon, do they realize he has checked out? All right. All right. We'll take a look here. All right. And those are below the surface. Let's take a look and see what we got going on here. So, a general for you guys, you do have the Krampus, which is the devil card in the major arcana or the standard tarot, and also the magician, the magus they call it here, but it's the magician in the standard tarot as well. So there is a lot of energy that's coming in here. You know, it's basically it's like the two things to remember: expectations. We get those shaken and rattled whenever we're feeling like low and getting pulled in somewhere. You know, we do have this energy of um being caught up in those expectations, caught up in what's not happening, right? And then the magician is whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, right? So if I focus on the lower, then that grows. If I focus on what's not going on versus what is. And so it's like, if anything, to remember every single day, it's my energy is what's growing and attracting things in my life, and if I focus on expectations, I'm sucking the life out of those because that's a lower vibration, that's fear, right? And then that there's not right or wrong, it's just information, right? Because from spirit's perspective, there's not right or wrong, good or bad, better or worse. There's just different outcomes, different experiences, different energies, but it's none of it is wrong because at the core, everything is made of, creator energy. So it's like temperature. Some people like warmer temperatures. I much prefer cooler temperatures, but cold to some people is hot to some people is So it's not about, it's everyone's experiences and perceptions of what is, right? So I feel like that's an important thing to know. It's like every day, just know, what am I focusing on? Because I'm growing that every moment. Every thought that I'm feeding my brain um, is creating a story, and then my brain is loyal. It's going to give me the proof to support that but just the proof to support it, not the proof that's out there that's also going against that, right? So, it's important to know that. All right, and then, what has he been thinking of you, right? Queen of Candles, yeah, Queen of Wands. That's what I was like, "Uh-oh, hot mama." It's a lot of passion, the Wands energy is our passion, ignition, sparky energy that comes in there. So I like that energy for you guys. There's more, of course, to it, but that's what's on his mind is, the passion and the energetic and physical attraction that goes on, and that's what's been on his mind. Well, well, well. What did he realize that's stopping him? Like, what's holding him back? We got the Two of Candles, which is the Two of Wands, and what they've realized, you know, the Two of Wands is kind of like that magician card because it's the power of choice, right? And there is this energy. What's holding him back, and this is like they realize that they're a bright flame in your life, but there's also I don't know if you can see the difference in the flames. This one's really big. This one, it's lit, but it's not burning bright as this other one. And I feel like what's holding them back is they're not sure they're the only flame in your life and if you're the one that they're going to choose. Because I feel like you have this, there's them, and then there's either I don't feel like they feel like it necessarily that there's another person, but there's this what if there's someone else that gives me more energy? And this doesn't necessarily have to be what is really going on inside of you, but this is what's happening inside of them. Is they're unsure. Are you, you know, um, are you holding off, and are you going to choose someone else eventually? Because that's one of their big fears, right? Is the fear of rejection, the fear of abandonment. Um, and then updates on the dark side. Yeah, we have the death card. So there is ending energy there. That's and what should you know? The bottom is the Six of Canes, the Six of Wands. No, I'm sorry. Canes are swords. I'll remember that one of these days. But the Six of Canes, candles are flame, wands. Canes you hang up in the air on Christmas trees or whatever. But the Six of Swords is letting go of old ways of thinking and moving to new ways of thinking. That their change starts here, then it makes its way to the outside world. And change is being made here. It just hasn't made it all the way out to the outside world. So I think that's what you need to know. What is it that he would like to do with your relationship? King of Gifts, King of Pentacles. Yeah, bring it out into the physical world, present it to the world, um, and to make it a solid foundation in the outside world. Abundance is very key for them. And one of the things they want to make sure that they do is have enough to where they can make sure that you're cared for and that you all have enough, kind of energy that comes in here. Um, does the dragon Ariana real oops, I didn't want to say her name. Does the dragon realize that he's checked out? King of good cheer. The king of cups. um yeah, it's like I feel like when someone is feeling full, you're like people can't hide it when they're like in love or feeling that energy, right? There's like this glow and you're like, you're awfully happy. You're like, ha ha ha. Below the surface, we do have justice. So there is this balancing energy. And again, the even the King of Cups is a balancing energy between head and heart. And so they're very balanced, much more balanced, and they're like, huh. We got the 10 of candles, the 10 of wands. So there's a lot of energy. And what else we have here? And the 7 of candles, the 7 of wands. Yeah, being true to their authentic self, really standing up. Uh, and there's a lot of energy, always on the go, always on the go. So I do feel like they're they've known this, and I feel like it's been there for a while. So I'm not surprised that they know it, but they have checked out, and they noticed you're awfully happy. Let's see what else here for your fortune cookie. Then we'll go on to your second question here, or second donation. Just put these cards back in here. And we have, for the first donation for everyone tonight, we have the Fairy Wisdom Oracle that we're using. And then we do have, for every additional donation, we move on to the Elemental Energies little cards. They're little shorter versions, but the first one we do give a really good fortune cookie. All right. So let's see. Oh, there you go. Flies right out here. Oops. Bring the book over here. You've got gift revealed. I like that. And we've got master number, power number 44. So I like this energy. It's powerful expression energy. And this is called surprise. Fairies love good surprises. However, when they're faced with a surprise that isn't quite what they asked for, they pout. Pouting soon turns to a smile and laughter as they realize that everything comes with its own gift. They always look until they find the gift. So that's the look for the gratitude in whatever situations, right? If life gives you something that you aren't completely thrilled with, keep an open mind. Often the best things come disguised, right? Blessings in disguise. Look below the surface and see what a person or situation holds for you. Do not be quick to judge new people. Not everything is revealed on the spot. Connect with the person and work to understand where they're coming from. Their experience is different from yours, so take the time to see what makes them tick and what they have to offer. They are just as important as you are. Do the same with situations. Understand that what appears to be the case may not be the truth at all. Remember that solutions can come in the strangest of ways when you allow them to do so. Always ask that spirit create the perfect situations for you. Find the gift in all things. And then there's a chant that comes with the card. It says, "O spirit of the night that hides the light of day, I call upon your wisdom to help me on my way. To look below the surface and see what lies within, I cast about some fairy dust to sprinkle at my whim. I judge not that what I see, but look and let it be. For I do know within my grasp a gift is there for me." Wow. So be it. And then it says, surprise someone today. I like it. Surprise. So very beautiful energies there. So that is for your first one. So many blessings to you here. All right. Hello, Anna. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Thank you for your 2 donations here. I'll add you onto the list and we will be to you momentarily. So good to see you. All right. And then Livier, I was just about to say, "Hey, Livier, I don't see a question from you." And then boom, right on cue. Zoop, there you are. I felt it coming. All right, so we've got all those there. All right, so Maria P for your number 2. Let's jump in here. There we go. Here's your both of your timestamps there. And let's go back over here for number 2 donation. There we go. I'm like, I might have to make my font bigger. Yep, you got it. All right. So, what is the mess from Wally to you? I know, message. A message from Wally to you. All right. Boom, 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 boom. And does he think that you're talking to another guy? Well, that's interesting from what we said in the first reading. These holidays, is he wanting to be with you more? Okay. For Christmas and New Year's, will he be with you? Okay. Christmas, and I feel like I'm going to do them separate. Christmas, New Year's. Okay. And then next week, a general for you. All right. So 5 cards for a message from Wally. Let's see what's coming in here. We do have the King of Canes, King of Swords, which a lot of in their mind, in their head energy. We have the Matrona, which is the Empress energy. Interesting. All right. And then we have the Three of Canes, which is the Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment. And we've got the Two of Candles. So here's those 2 candles, 2 individuals, right? That fear underneath the surface here. And then the Page of Candles, which is the Page of Wands. It's interesting because when we look at these 2 cards, they wanted up next to each other, and it's like you're both standing in the snow, but they see you as an empress and them as a king. Empress rules over queens, emperor rules over kings. And I feel like there is this energy that's coming in here, and it kind of reverberates something that was said earlier in the reading before, especially with that 2 of Wands, that they're afraid that they're gonna end up disappointing you and that you're looking for an emperor, and in their mind, they're a king and not at that level, and that you're wanting someone way up here, and they're not gonna be able to do that because 'cause they're a king, not an emperor, and you're wanting emperor results from a king, and they're like, "I can't do that." And even though they want to and they're trying with that Page of Wands, like, I'm trying and I want to, but I have limited resources kind of energy. Um, so I feel like their message to you is that I'm afraid I'm gonna disappoint you because I feel like they do sense the expectations and you know, the comments and stuff that are said are what they're not doing. Instead of celebrating what they are, it's always about what's next, what's next, what's next. Instead of I love this, I'm so grateful for this, and then loving for what is and communicating what you enjoy. So I feel like that would be a message that they would have for you to know. Um, do they think you're talking to another guy? You got the 4 of Gifts, the 4 of Pentacles. There's the solid foundation energy here. I don't feel here that and this clarifies what we were saying in the first reading. I don't feel like they feel like you're actually talking to an active person, but there's like this spot you're holding open. Like, yeah, I love you and everything else, but I always have a plan B. And I feel like they sense like there's this, yeah, 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 I do want to be with you and da 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 da. If and that's where those expectations come in. If you don't do all this, then I have an escape route. That's what I feel like they sense is you say you're committed, but they don't feel like you are in 100%. They feel like you're 75%, which is good, right? But they're like, "But I feel like you're still keeping one eye out for exits." Interesting. These holidays, is he wanting to be with you more? Yeah, we have the Sun card. Yeah, more togetherness. Look at people having little romantic picnics out in the snow. So yeah, that is a definite yes, one of the most abundant cards in the deck. So they definitely want to. Will you be with together for Christmas? No, no. We have Krampus who steals Christmas. The devil steals Christmas. Um, I don't feel like Christmas. I feel like Christmas is for the kids and the children, like their children and family together. Um, so I feel like this Christmas is more their time is like on Christmas Day itself is consumed by his family. That's their, you know, cousins, everyone else. I feel like there's some sort of gathering that is important. So I feel like they're going to be doing that. New Year's, we've got the Five of Candles, the Five of Wands. So there is a bit of drama for New Year's here. Um, but it feels like there's a lot of friends, everyone getting together with friends, and um, I feel like that is more likely that you will. I feel it's kind of still up in the air around New Year's, um, as far as like a New Year's party gathering. I feel like they're trying to weigh the drama versus being together on New Year's. It's like Christmas, they're like, I can't get away from that. But they're like, um, New Year's, yeah, I feel like I can say, "Bye," whatever, friends, family, whatever. I'm gonna go spend New Year's doing something else this year. What? That's interesting. And then next week, a general for you, you got the Four of Good Cheer, the Four of Cups. There's emotional stability. There's a little bit of emotional stagnancy feeling here that it's like a little bit, and we do have a full moon in Gemini coming in next week. So I do feel like there's a bit of wanting, like you want more, 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 more. But it also, after short work week and after all the celebrations of Thanksgiving and all the season stuff, it's always the week after, right? After a short work week, it feels like it just drags and it just kind of feels like this isn't as fun as last week. But I feel like it's a bit more just a kind of a, like I said, a bored, stagnant feeling next week to be aware of, right? Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in for this one here. All right. So you got elemental balance. Yeah. So definitely there's this, balancing energy of the twins. I know Libra is the balancing, but seek equilibrium by harmonizing the energies of earth, your outside world, air, your thinking, fire, your passion, and water, your emotions. So harmonize and balance your mind and your heart and your energy in your physical world. So I feel like that's the message they have there for you. So that's what they got for you. So thank you again for your donations. I greatly appreciate those. Many, many blessings. All right. All right. So we will continue in here. Let's take another sip here. So cheers. I got some lovely ginger and lemon hot tea for this evening. I was drinking so much coffee. I actually sounded more inviting. Oh my god, I know what if you know how much I love coffee, but it felt good to have it tonight. All right. So Anna, you are up. So 3941 for your first one here. And Maria, we will circle back around for your free reading eventually as well. So here's your first one, Anna. Thank you for your first donation. We'll give that a love and a like there. Hello, hello. We are doing well. Been a busy day. Sorry I didn't respond to your text yet. It's been a kind of busy, busy, go, go, go in between sessions today, too. So thank you. Gemini in the house. Woohoo. All right. So C's been on your mind on and off this past week. Yesterday, you learned a couple of things that happening when talking to a friend. the com- oh, the compassionate, I said the companionship. um, side of you wants to reach out to say hello, but only as a friend. The other side of me says to let sleeping dogs lay, and you'd like to get thoughts to help guide you on the decision. Absolutely. Let me highlight this here so I know where I'm at. Yep, you're very welcome, Maria. All right. So what we'll do here, Anna, is that we'll just look at the 2 different energies so you can make an educated choice. Like, if you reach out, what's the energy around it? If the dog gets to sleep, what does that what does that look like? So, if you reach out based on current energies, of course, what would the result be? What kind of energies would you experience? Okay, that too. Not those. Okay, just those. And then if you don't, and is that it? All right. Yeah, I like it. You got the 2 of Canes, which is exactly what this reading is about. 2 of Swords. Which route do I wanna go? What story do I want to entertain? What direction or decision do I wanna make, right? So that's very much what's happening. So if you do reach out, let's take a look at that. So we've got the Krampus here. Let me just click out of there here. The Krampus, which is the devil card, which is, of course, the shaking and the rattling, the lessons learned energy. Um, it makes us face some of our, even though it's I'm reaching out to them as a friend, there might be like expectations bubbling below the surface or way back here, hiding out, whispering. And I feel like they would it's almost like someone listening through a door and the door opens up, you fall out, right? That's what happens here with our those thoughts. Those expectations come busting out of the door, and we're like, "Oh, there you are. I didn't realize you were there." Let's see what else we have. Next to it, we have the child. We have the Fool card, which is it allows you to let go of expectations more. It's like when you reach out to them and you interact, it's like it helps you face letting go of these expectations because here they are. You're like, "Oh, yeah, I didn't think they were there, but I thought if they were small, but like mushrooms in the dark, they've grown into big mushrooms." That's funny. The shrooms. Let's see what else is here going on here. Sorry, I feel like there's something on my ear. Yeah, we got 2 of Cups energy, relationship energy that's there, right? Right, out of an open door. And the 10 of Candles, the 10 of Wands. Yeah, it's this energy invested in relationship energy, and it kind of feels almost like a burden, um, with reaching out. It's like it's like I it takes energy to hold back because it's like there's all this mind stuff that kicks in, right? Well, I don't wanna say the wrong thing, and I don't wanna come across as that I'm stalking him or that I'm, wanting more or, this or I'm needy or I'm bit of I don't wanna say this is like, I don't wanna say like it's the death of hope, but yeah, right. And it's like, but there's this, also this kind of you realize that any hope of mutual attraction is gone. That's there. You should be able to rewind because it wasn't buffering on my side. So if you rewind, it should be there. Because I don't remember what I said. I'm just channeling spirit. But what last part, right? How far was it buffering? I know we've been having some struggles with internet. In fact, tomorrow, someone's coming out between 10 a.m. and noon, so I might be starting late tomorrow, depending on if they don't come at 10 a.m. And I usually start at 11 a.m. my time, so I might be starting late tomorrow. Just an FYI if anyone notices. But um, yeah, so this is kind of what I just said was, with the six of candles, the six of wands on the death card, it's like it it reaffirms for you that, yeah, this mutual energy that I had, the mutual attraction that was there before with the six of wands, um, that the death card's there. It's like it's not something rising from the dead, from the ashes. It's just kind of, you just realize, yeah, it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, that I don't feel they'll ever get off that wheel. And that's okay. It's like, I'm 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 done. I really am. Like, I don't want anything more, but when you reach out and do this and the responses and stuff you get, you're like, "Yeah, yeah." Not even a little spark. It's it's throwing water on the fire. There's not even coals burning. So, there is that kind of energy that's there. If you let sleeping dogs lay, right? We do have the 5 of canes, which is the 5 of, swords, which is conflict, right? And the 4 of good cheer, the 4 of cups, which is their boredom and stagnancy. But that's funny that those 2 came out together. It still will be the same, you know? I feel like the impact on them, even though it's like they could really use someone to talk to, it just kind of feels like the cycles still stay the same, whether you jump on the merry-go-round with them or not. It still keeps going. You just happen to jump on and get to go in circles for a little bit until you get off the merry-go-round again. But it's like things just keep the circle of conflict, if that makes sense, keeps going around and around. Um, what else here? 8 of canes and the king of good cheer. Yeah. We have the 8 of swords, which is letting go of mindsets, thoughts, and beliefs that no longer serve. And the balance here of you're of good cheer that, you balance, and that's the king of cups is like your queen of swords, energy, but it allows them to learn to deal with things on their own. Yeah, they could use someone to talk to, but, you know, I feel like it's important. I feel like this 8 of swords of releasing allows you to understand, why is it that I what am I trying to fix? It's like they shouldn't feel this way. No, they need to feel this way. There's in Mel Robbins' book, which if you weren't in here, is on sale on Hay House for $15. It's half off. Hayhouse.com. If you want to check it out, it's the I think you already said that you've read this before, you've heard her before, but there is this energy about, um, if we try to help people too much, not get the results of their actions, they'll never learn that what their actions create, and sometimes they just need to fall flat to be able to realize things, right? So I feel like that's kind of coming in here, which if you let the sleeping dog lay, that there is that, they, like I said, the wheels go round and round, but if it spins around enough and they get sick to throw up trying to stop the merry-go-round, they just start it right back up again. But if they make themselves sick and throw up from going around in circles. Then they'll realize, "I don't like going around in circles so much. The spinny ride is making me sick." Yeah, but if we keep stopping it and they start it up again, they just keep going in the same circles until till they stop there, right? The little doggy gets to sleep. Yeah, at least for now, I feel, I wouldn't reach out. I would let the sleeping dog lay. I feel like that's, for this for this point at this time. Let's see what the fairy wisdom oracle brings in as well, regarding this. Then we'll go on to number 2. Whoa, zoom. Cards are flying out. I was gonna say, I bet we're gonna get a redheaded fairy, because we know who's hanging around right now, and it's Hummingbird Dreams. Here's Aunt Dixie. Aunt Dixie was the redhead, right? I think she was. But we got the hummingbird. Was she the one that did the dragonfly between the eyes? You go, "Keep it up and I'll have a hummingbird do it instead." "Don't threaten me." She's so funny. Uh, what a hoot. I love her energy. All right. And, this card, the keyword is the smallest. So that even those who seem the least to us have their dreams. The tiniest and the weakest have their place in the universe just as we do. They have a special job that only they can do, a place that only they can fill, Fill. There is no one being that is more important or more worthy than another, regardless of the form in which they choose to express themselves in life. So just because they're expressing themselves in this lower vibration at this time doesn't mean they're a lower person or a lower being that needs our help, energy, right? Oh, it was Jamie. We marvel at the tiniest hummingbird. How can it move its wings so rapidly that it can hover in one spot and then fly off in a split second? What strength and agility it has. What divine form. It's hard to believe that something so tiny can bring so much beauty and wonder. Something they're bringing up from the book, is that, and it's in that chapter that talking about letting people do what they're doing, because when we try to fix them or interfere in a way, we're telling them, "I don't believe you can help yourself." That stood out to me so big, that, when it's like, "Oh, you need to do this," it's because I don't believe you know what you're doing, or I don't believe you have the strength, I don't believe you have the power, and no. If you're feeling small and insignificant, remember your uniqueness. The only shoes you have to feel, I keep on saying feel, it's fill. The only shoes you have to fill are your own, and they fit just fine. What a perfect card. There are no insignificant people, none who are less whole than another. Eliminate prejudices and judgments, whether cast upon yourself or another. And if you feel that someone is not up to your standards, then realize that is what you are projecting upon them. Change your perception and see them truly as they are, a reflection of God energy, just as you are. Wow. I like that. That helps take away the guilt feeling of, like, I feel like I'm supposed to help them. It's like, they don't need no help. They're God energy just like I am. Spirit expresses through us all in its own way. It's not for us to second guess. If you're feeling less than whole, remember your divine birth and take comfort in knowing that you are divinely perfect. Pursue your dreams and know that you are divinely guided. Have faith in your dreams and your abilities. It's okay to have faith in other people's dreams. Help and encourage them to believe in themselves. So I like that. And the chant is, I am a unique being. There is no other like me. My purpose is my own to fulfill. No one else can do this. Spirit expresses through me in a way that only I can give expression. My gifts to the world are mine alone to give. I am in divine harmony with all life. So be it. And then it says, take time to notice the smallest things today. I like it. How perfect is that? All right. So that is what we have for el numero uno. And let's grab your second timestamp here 57 even. Whoops. Try that again. Very good. So here are your two timestamps. We'll give your second donation a love and a like there. Thank you for that. For entertainment purposes only. Thank you. I was noticing some of the ones I was copying today. People are going, and I know the disclaimer. And I'm like, thank you. I don't have to repeat it all. And everyone going, oh, God, not again. So thank you for saying that. And let's take a look here. All right. So we're right here. So the surgical repair of the tear went well. Great, you're healing from that nicely. Yay! What's left is the sciatica im yeah, the medical term insert that causes the sciatica to non-stop painfully spasms. How fun. So you're scheduled to get another injection soon. However, the doctor has also given you names of three other doctors who may perform release of impingement type of surgery. The issue is the surgery is so highly specialized that both your primary doctor and the surgical doctor don't know anyone who performs it. So, a reading on how you'll be successful in locating such a doc, insight on if I will have surgery, and when will them go away. All right, we got it. We have the story. We'll grab some when cards over here too. Let's take a sip of ginger tea before we jump in. All right. Okie dokie 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 dokie. So, how is your success based on current energy in locating a doctor that can perform that? Okay, thank you. With that underneath. And then insight on if you will have the surgery, yay or nay. Okay, that's going to be a yes or no. And then when will the pain go away? All right, let's use these cards here. So, based on current energies, disclaimer activated, as you said. I'm fully aware. All right, none of those. Okay, I'll leave that there. All right. Underlying energy for this is the 10 of candles. Oh, I was thinking of 16 candles, the movie. But 10 candles, 10 of wands, has a lot to do with our energy, right? It has a lot to do with the 10 of wands can be looked at because it's usually someone carrying the 10 wands on their back, which we can look at it and go, oh my God, what a burden. Or we can look at it and go, wow, what a harvest, right? And so much about possibilities in the future has to do with our energy. So as we're looking at this, know that the more I focus on gratitude for what is and what I have experienced, the things that I am truly grateful for, then the more I draw in. The more I focus in on my fears or the feelings of need and want and any kind of lack energy, of course, that's when I push things away. Something that comes up a lot, especially with people who know a lot of medical processes or information about medical procedures, but people who know how the process of medicine and insurance and referrals and all that work. Like my host, she wears an EMT and Um, and then she worked in an actual doctor's office, and then she works for an insurance company doing the back end confirmation of doctors and stuff. She knows a ton. Whenever we go and visit the doctor, they're all speaking the doc language, and I'm going, I make up words, that Tyrannosaurus Rex thing, and they mean, you mean the thoraxal blah blah blah? Yeah, that. Because I have limited knowledge. But because I've limited knowledge, I also don't have as hard of a challenge of overcoming those mindsets. The information going, well, this is the way things work, right? Right? These are the way things work. So it's hard for me to believe in miracles when you have so much experience around it, right? Going, well, that's not likely because da 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 da. Your brain, because it has all that story of how things work, will show you the proof of how this can't happen in these ways. It has to happen in this like narrow, instead of going, anything can happen. What I love about your Gemini energy is that the twins you have are the human, but you also have the ability to flip a switch and go off into your higher self energy. So you can be like, you know what? Zip it. Human mind, human side. I'm going into the higher mind. So you're able to do that and maybe look at it as flipping a switch to where you can be like, all right, you know, yeah, this is what history says, but I'm in the present and it doesn't define the future, you know? Yeah, that's good information, but that doesn't mean that's how it's gonna be for me, So there's like this escape a little bit. So underlying energy there. What was the first question? Oh yeah, how successful will you be in locating a dock, right? So you have the King of Canes, the King of Swords, all that mind, right? We'll see what the card is underneath that, but that's exactly what I was talking about, right? It's you have the knowledge that you can use to locate things, but you also double-sided edge of the sword is that it could also make us limit our thinking too, right? So that's what we're talking about with the King of Swords. They roll over the sword suit. All kings get a second portion. They're way into their mind, right? Underneath the surface, we've got the Page of Canes. So new ways of thinking, higher ways of thinking, that come in here. And so it's exactly what I was saying. I just didn't turn the cards over. I feel like you'll have more success here if you get out of your head and you use your information on, and I know it's hard with pain and those things, oops. Okay. Yeah, it was buffering for a sec, but I think it's okay. I know, I'm so sorry. It was either choose to go on with a little bit of intermittent, buffering or not come on at all. So I chose to come in because it only happened like 4 times in 3 hours this morning. So sorry, hang in there around this. But I feel like that is, it's this energy of, um, you know, sitting in that, handing it over to the creator and, surrendering it, right? Going, I'm not sure if you heard that part where it's, I trust you that you're going to bring the perfect surgeon, the perfect timing, the perfect way. And I'm going to pay attention, show me. But in the meantime, I'm just going to radiate gratitude for what I do love and what I have loved in the past, what I'm grateful for in the past. And whatever, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. It just radiates it. And instead of pushing it away by, fearing um, and I know that's what I was about to say is, when we're in pain, it's hard for us not to go, I need to get this relief. But the more we focus on the pain, the more we grow it too. So the more we can move away and focus on our gratitude as much as we can and focus on growing what we love in our life, not what we don't want in our life, but what we do have in our life. That energy can help draw in answers to faster. We'll find out the when here in a sec. Um, the other thing was insights on will you have the surgery? You got the two of gifts. You got the two of pentacles. Balance in the physical world. That for me is a yes. In fact, it just has this energy of two. I don't know if you're gonna have two surgeries. They might have like, well, you've already had one surgery, so this will be the other one, they say. I'm like, I feel like you're gonna have two surgeries. And you're like, I had one. Now I'm going to then I'll have the second one, right? So I like that. So yes. And then when? When will you have relief based on current energies? You do have here, you've got the 5 of swords, which is the conflict, right? This it is showing here a change of mindset is possible. Right now, it's February 1st to February 25th, is when the resolution and the pain goes away, which really isn't that far away. I know when you have it every day, it is, but because we're almost December 1st, so that's only 8 to 12 weeks, right? Because February 1st would be December to January 1st, January 1st to February 1st. So it does here. Yeah. You were also sensing February? Well, yeah, exactly on there, right? So it does feel here, um, that here, um, I feel like that you might have to go, I don't know, to another state. It's like it but I don't feel like it's far away. I feel like it's just, not too far of a drive away, but I feel like you can drive there, you know? It's like it's across the border, you know, maybe to the east, maybe in Pennsylvania. Does that sound right? Yeah, it doesn't feel like West. They only do those on pigs and cows if you go to the left. If you go west, it's like, well, it's a veterinarian's. Are you willing to have a veterinarian work on you? Then no, we're not gonna go west, we're gonna go east. More East Coast energies. That's funny. Wee, 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 wee. No. I'm not a pig, I'm not a cow. No, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it does feel that, but it feels like it's just it's not like, you have to fly there. It's like it's drivable and it's only, a couple hours. It feels like it's not like, holy moly. Like when I lived in Texas, when I lived in San Antonio, it takes you a day to get out of Texas from way down there south. It's like hours and hours and hours just to get out of there. And when you get on the East Coast, it's funny when I visited up there, I'm like, oh, we just went through another state. Oh, another state. Oop, another state. Interesting. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here. Yeah. Yeah. That's with that with the 5 of swords, it's getting the mindset out of the mindset, right? Then there is that relief. That's you do get the surgery, but the question was, um, the because when will the pain and spasms go away, right? And that was February 1st to February 25th. Yeah. So that was a yes, yes, yes energy. So what your fortune cookie brings in too. Yeah. Yeah. Touch of love. I know, right? Yeah. And they can seem longer when we focus on the pain. It's almost like when we're breaking up with someone, when we're idle, especially if we have to sit still to heal, and we don't and we can only watch so much TV, right? Whatever, you're just like we end up focusing on the pain instead of filling up our life with things, even if it's learning something, studying something, learning how to crochet, to do needlepoint, do something, learn something. If we can learn something, um, even if it's learning to draw, you know, stick figures, whatever. It's like, we can try to learn something to distract us from the pain because the more we focus on pain, reminds you to come out of the pain and focus on something else. We're taught, well, this was bothering me. I'm focusing on it, right? Yeah, I like this. You got the quarry of quintessence. Here, I'll let you say it. But it says, delve into the quarry of quintessence, extracting the essence that fuels your spiritual journey. And that is something to remember as we're going through all this, that things happen in our life not to punish us, not to, um, by accident. Oops, look what happened to you. Everything that unfolds is for us in some way at the core, even though we may not see it in the moment when we're going through it, right? When we're going through crap valley and we have crap up to our nose and it stinks, we're not like, this is wonderful. We're just like, let me just take it a moment at a time. Soon I'll be beyond this and I'll look back someday and go, why did I want that? Even if it's when we're back connected to our full self back on the other side, we'll go, oh, that's right. That's what I wanted to learn through that. And I did. I just didn't realize it when I was down here, but a lot of time. So hopefully that helps. That's what they got for you. Thank you again for your donation. And I think that's it for my donations. So we will dive in here. Let me just take a look here. It says your connection's unstable, but I think it's okay. There it goes. It's stabilized again. So I think we are okay. Coming in there. Much love to you too. All right. And I did just get another donation that came through here. All right. So, Maria P., thank you for your additional donation. I'll grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. And let's pull up your PayPal. Zip down here. Let me take another sip here. I think this ginger tea makes me more thirsty. All right. Oh. Sorry, I was reading your notes here. So, okay, Wally's thoughts and feelings for you today. We got the thoughts, we got the feelings. And then during the storm, he sends videos of snow and you send him yours and he says, stay safe. Oh, boo 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 boo. So his thoughts regarding the snow. I know it's some crazy snow. We get I think next Wednesday we have a chance for an inch of snow. Yay. You guys are getting like 10 inches, I think, back east. Um, all right, focus. So what is he up to today besides shoveling snow? Take a look here. And then what is he up to tomorrow? All right, boom, boom, boom. What's coming for you in January 2026? Oh my God, right? Can you believe that's not that far away? Okay, so they're going to just kind of give you a general one card for that, and then his thoughts on your kids. All right. Excuse me, burping up ginger. So Wally's thoughts, we've got the 10 of candles. So we got the 10 of wands energy that's coming in here. And that is, this I feel like they just got a lot on their mind, right? They this 10 of wands eh, can go both ways, and I feel like they kind of go back and forth of, look at all the abundance, look at all I have to be grateful for, and then all the stress around, I want to keep that, I don't want to lose it. What's next? What's this? What's that? They've got that kind of energy that's there, a lot on their mind. I feel like they just got a ton on their mind where they're just like, my head, right? But I don't feel like it's you putting a burden kind of energy. It's I got so much going on, and the care and concern, is there. Um, so that just adds to it all too, right? Their feelings, we've got the Four of Canes, the Four of Swords. It's peace of mind. And this is the one card that they get where we would get when they needed to have that little cocoon. And you remember when you didn't have any cares and you were just so happy that they were coming over and you guys could just spend time together, just cuddling and being together. And now you're like, that's the norm. I want more. Well, this is their heart is like, I loved it when we could just sit with no expectations and just be. And we felt like we were in a cocoon and it was just nice. And there wasn't about what's next. And there isn't about what if this, what if not that. It was just about enjoying the moment. Their heart longs for that again. So I like that. Um, and then his thoughts on the storms and all of that. Yeah, King of Candles. Yeah, stay by the fire. Stay at home. We have the King of Candles, the King of Wands. Um, so they want you to stay safe and they care um, but they would rather be snowed in with you than than being snowed in alone or snowed in with other people. And I like that. They're just like, just enjoy, stay warm, enjoy the cocooning that you have right now. So I like that. I like that energy. Um, what is he up to? Yeah, this is today, tomorrow. Yeah, okay. So this is today. What's he up to today? The Two of Candles. Planning is what's coming in here. A lot of, all right, this is what I need to do. This is what I da 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 kind of energy. Yeah, they're no, no. This is just a joke, YouTube and everyone. But he's planning someone's death. No, he's plotting his planning. No, he's not plotting someone's death. He's planning an ending and a beginning. So today is really looking at what I need to get done to be able for separation and to separate properties, separate finances, to do all this stuff kind of energy. So I do feel like they're in their planning mode, kind of a catch up because they can't do a whole lot outside. So they're getting a lot of little things done, but they're also doing a lot of planning. Tomorrow, what do they have here? We've got the list. It's funny. They're making their list. I love it that this is the naughty and nice list. But the judgment card is I like it. I just crack up that they call it the list. But it's about what's next, seeing things from a higher perspective. Where am I being drawn? Yeah, even the Hangman, trying to see things from a higher perspective, and the Six of Canes, the Six of Swords, the changing of mindsets, trying to see things differently. Again, I feel like they're doing a lot of thinking around change and trying to look at making changes in their life from a different perspective because they keep hitting roadblocks with the way they were trying to look to end it before. Now they're looking at the changes I can make that can make it, you know, if you keep on hitting up against a wall, you're like, you know what, this isn't going to open. It's a wall. Let me go find a door, So I feel like today and tomorrow is planning and trying to figure things out on transformation. A lot of plans of stuff, getting organized kind of energy is what I feel. What's coming for you guys in January of 2026? Oh, look at lovers card, mistletoe, kissy kissy. You guys gonna grow a mistletoe tree? But so very much the love grows. There's partnership there. So I love that. Kissy kissy. Did you guys have it when you were young? I'm gonna say Marie and Wally sitting in the tree. Kissing. All right. We'll stop it there. Um, and then his thoughts on your kids. Nine of good cheer, nine of cups. It's like a dream come true. There's that fullness of life and energy. So I do like that there. It's positive energy, it's fulfilling energy, it's overflowing energy. So I love that. All right. So that's what they have there. We'll grab your other fortune cookie here. All right. So let's see what else we have here. What else? Okay, this one here. You've got Ablaze with Aurora, the Aurora Borealis. Be ablaze with the aurora, embodying the vibrant energies that dance across the celestial canvas. I like that. It kind of feels like shine bright in the dark night. Don't let anything dim your light, you know. Um, just be ablaze, be yourself. It's like the 7 of Wands energy a bit coming through, which is being true to your authentic self and, just kind of stand tall there. Um, and shine bright. Don't try to be something that you're not, just celebrate yourself too. So I like that for you. That's what they got for you, my dear. Thank you again for your multiple donations. All right, and we've got Brenda Guns. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Don't see your question yet. So as soon as you put your question out, we will jump to you. Let me see. I don't think anyone else came in yet there. So I'm going to take a quick sip. All right. All right, very good. So let's grab your timestamp here. You got 1:24:42. Little mirror action going on there. So, of course, you're here live, but here's the timestamp just for process purposes. All right. You want to know what's coming for you this week and weekend still, right? It is still Saturday for a few more hours with Davon. All right. We'll take a look here. Brenda, thank you again for your donation and your smiley sticker. See what we got here. All right. So what's coming for Week in Love with Devin? Okay, thank you. We got these two. I feel like we got the beginning, middle, and end, and then we have for tomorrow. I feel like we got here, but we've also got that one and that one. Okay. All right. We have it here. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Fun times, right? All right. So bottom of the deck, the overall energy from tomorrow all through next week, you do have the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles, it's not a bad card because it is about a feeling of abundance in the outside world. But also there's an energy of kind of 9 being the hermit's energy, that there's alone time, like physically alone quite a bit next week, um but you still feel full, so you must be having a lot of phone contact kind of energy going on. You still have a lot of interactions happening to feel that way with them, but you do have a significant time alone for reflection. We'll see what this is all about as we look at here. Um, Tomorrow, Sunday, you've got, in this weekend, rest of this weekend, you've got the Hierophant, card number 5, and the 3 of Swords. So You do have a little bit of learning through, oh, you'll be working? Well, I feel like this is with Devin, because this is what we're talking about. Love with Devin kind of feels like there's a lot of not as much time. There's a lot of activities or things going on where you guys don't have the time you normally would have together. It just feels more limited this week. But like you said, if you'll be working, that could be it. Where it's like, yeah, it feels a little like, oh, especially if you had time off and you guys spend a lot of time together, it can feel like less than, right? Yeah. So it's like, you know, that's what's so great about holidays, and you're also super busy, yeah, so it does feel that way, but you do learn through this weekend with expectations equal disappointment with the 3 of Swords and the Hierophant, seeing things from a different perspective. It's like, yeah, we wish we could have all this, but when we're not able to, it allows us to look at those and go, "You know what? This change with the Hierophant, with this change of looking at things differently, you can feel the difference in our energy when we're focusing on what's not happening, because that feels, ugh, and it feels disappointing. It feels less than, it feels empty. When we focus on what we're grateful for, the things we love about what I was able to spend time with them. What do I love about them? And what do I love about the time and what am I grateful for in the time that I have had with them? Thinking about those things grows it and we feel full instead of going, I don't have this. We actually attract more less than if I focus on gratitude for the time I do spend. Miraculously, it's more or the quality of the time is, whoa, amplified that gives us more. So I feel like that's something learning today, more so tomorrow, going, "You know what? I'm gonna focus on what I'm grateful for and just feel the fullness of it." So I like that. The beginning of the week, let's say Monday, Tuesday-ish, maybe into Wednesday a little bit, you do have the strength card. We do have the Ace of Gifts. So this is new opportunity. And I feel like there's an opportunity to get together here with this Ace of Pentacles and the Strength card too. I just feel like it might be getting together in the outside world because of that Leo energy of being seen. Yeah. Um, it might not end up being to the extent you want it this weekend with that disappointment card because it's like, I want this and you get this. Let's say you want this, but you get this. You feel the disappointment, right? If we get rid of expectations and we get this, we feel like, wow, look what I got. When I expect nothing, I celebrate. But if I expect all this and I get this, then I focus on the disappointment. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the big thing that we're learning tomorrow. Underneath the surface, we got the King of Gifts, King of Pentacles. So there's a lot of Pentacles, abundance, energy, Monday and Tuesday. But I feel like you guys get together, but it might be out in public, like let's meet for dinner or grab a bite to eat at lunch, or it's something more out like that. It's not so much, doesn't feel like alone time as much as it feels like um, we're able to see each other, but it's not like in private, kind of energy Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, we've got the Four of Canes and the Queen of Canes. So there's this beautiful balanced energy, balanced communication, heart and mind. And let's see, underneath the surface of this, we got the Six of Good Cheer, the Six of Cups, which is kind of this energy here. You know, it's like there's this because it's like cups energy of children, and it feels like there's a lot of activity going on those days as well. I'm still showing I'm live over here, so you might try rewinding. Um, to get the other on there. We've been having internet issues, but I didn't get any messages, and mine's still going on this side because I'm watching me over here too to see when it starts to spin and go. So you might rewind there, but um, just in case, the middle of the week is more communication. Um, it's like more about communication and not seeing each other in person. That's more Monday, Tuesday, you guys see each other in the outside world based on current energies. And then Wednesday, Thursday is more of just communicating over text and phone or electronically, not in person. And then it looks like on Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend a little bit, there's a lot of, with the five of wands, that's a lot of people, a lot of, you know, it's a lot of friends and gatherings like that that can make us feel like, you know, there's a little bit of lack energy that's coming in here. And, there's this little bit of, feeling like left out, because we're around friends and you're paying attention, but I want all of your attention because we haven't had that closeness yet this week that we want, right? So it does feel like a very busy week. Yeah, we even got the King of Candles underneath, the King of Wands underneath those periods of time. But I like that they're putting that there because they wanted to say this is all based on current energy. But the more that you focus in on what you're grateful for, that can expand the time together and the quality of time. But if I end up focusing on the that lack energy, I draw in more lack. And so I don't get to spend as much time. So it's really a great week to learn. And I feel like the starting, I'm buffering on this side. So I think it might have just buffered itself out. Oh, okay. We might be back. Hold on. Just reconnected here. Let me see. Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? I think I'm back. Am I back? Am I back, everybody? Oh, so frustrating. I'm so sorry, everybody. Thanks for your patience. I have returned. So hopefully you guys can see me all here. It's like the total internet went down for a second. It totally went all away. It didn't even just like pause. It was like all the email and everything went went haywire here. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah. Emails are back, so that means we are connected as well. So, can everyone see me okay? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see me? Am I live? Am I live? Am I back? Are you here, Brenda? Brenda? Must be a really hot energy. It blew us completely off the internet. So if someone wants to give me a hello, hello, let me give the chat some love here. Let's see if it comes through here, just to make sure that you guys can see. Oh, let me go back over live over here. I'll put something in here. I think I'm back. If anyone can see it, yeah, it's popping in there. So I must be back. Hopefully everyone, you might have to leave and come back. But I do feel like I'm live. So, Brenda, I'm so sorry that happened right in the middle of your reading here. So just to summarize, we do have a big piece of understanding of what's going on this week for you really is starting off with this. When I expect things and I focus on what's not happening, I get more of not happening and less interaction. As I focus on what I'm grateful for, of the energy that I do get with them during the week, then I have more opportunity. And they are, yay, thank you so much, MM. I am back. Um, and so the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday is like meeting in the outside world. The middle of the week is more communication. You see each other. If you're available, they're busy. If they're available. Um, but then you get into Thursday, Friday, and going into next weekend, there's a lot of friend people or family demanding attention where there's a possibility, but this is where the King of Wands comes in. If I focus in on what I'm grateful starting tonight and keep it as much as you can, put it on your phone. Remember gratitude for what time we do have, then quality of time and quantity of time does expand, and that can change some of that energy for Thursday, Friday, Saturday as well. Overall, toward the end of the week, you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is the feeling of fullness, abundance, and togetherness that comes in here. So, there is that fullness that comes in here. So I feel like even though it kind of starts off going, oh God, this feels like I don't get to see you as much. It's almost like by the end of the week, absence makes the heart grow fonder. You get, and then when you do see each other and you guys have your time alone, wow. So I like that. We'll also pull a fortune cookie here for you. Yeah, this is yours still. It had we lost complete internet for like 2 minutes, and then I rebooted the stream. Uh so and I just kind of summarized your week a little bit just to make sure so we didn't lose the rhythm of it all. So it looks good. But I feel like it's a good growth learning that you're having. You also get a fair all sides and ask what lesson it has for you. So that is that energy here, coming in as well. All right. I just saw a little message pop up. Want to make sure we are still live. That's good. All right. Release all judgment of yourself or another or a particular situation. For who are you to judge? You draw to yourself the events of your life. You alone must take responsibility for everything that happens in your life. All is but a lesson, so focus on what you've learned. And that's what we talked about. It's a week of learning about, yeah, expectations. When I don't focus on what I'm missing and I'm focusing on what I'm grateful for, I get more. But when I focus on what I'm missing, I miss more, right? Be easier on yourself and others. After all, even a dragon can have a bad day once in a while. What lessons have you brought into your life? Happiness? Sadness? It is through your own powers of manifestation that you create your reality. Your thought patterns and corresponding actions are responsible for your world. What you have thought and done in the past has manifested in the present. So, what do you want to change in your present life? What do you want to manifest into your future? Can you see that your life is a story in which you get to write the next page, the page after that? The past is just to take the information you've acquired and move forward. Leave any fears, guilt, or anger behind. I like that. So the chant that comes with the card says, I ask in the name of spirit that I be gifted with the insight and knowledge that will keep me on my spiritual path. I ask for help in dealing with all that happens in my life and the ability to learn from it. I ask for guidance that I not be judgmental. Life is but a lesson that leads me to spirit. So be it. And then they say the little fairy says, this is let yourself off the hook day. So I like that. So be gentle with yourself, be gentle with the situation. Know that it's unfolding and you're learning through it. So, I feel like that's a good energy for you for this coming week. So hopefully all of that um, interruptions in the streaming didn't make it too difficult to understand all that. I tried to summarize it. Thank you for your patience and that your reading is the one that got interrupted so much and the internet must be a hot time. All right. And then it started to spin again. We got it in just in time. So hopefully I did see that we got through the entire reading for you. So thank you again for your patience, Brenda. It just started happening this morning. We've been doing great for a very, very long time, but we do have the technician coming out tomorrow morning between 10 a.m. and noon Mountain Time. I normally on at 11, so if they're not here and fixed in the morning, I might be on later than normal tomorrow. Just a heads up if anyone's here. All right, I'll put out a post on the social media too. All right, I think that's it for my donations right now. So we'll dive into the free readings that I have here. Just have a handful, well, maybe a couple of handfuls. So let's jump into there while the internet is working. We will focus. So MM28, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So will you get a job offer next week? All right, based on current energy, let's take a look here. All right, what else? Okay, that one too. All right. So will you get a job offer next week? Well, you have a death and rebirth energy that's coming in here. What's these other two cards? You got the King of Good Cheer, the King of Cups, and the Six of Candles, Six of Wands. So you got a victory card and a balanced energy card coming in here. So I do feel here the death card I know can seem like a what? Is that a good card? Or it can mean a rebirth. It means the ending of a job search and the beginning. So I do feel like that's what this is about is um the job search. RIP, rest in peace, job search. The King of Cups is a great energy of balancing energy. And like I said, the Six of Wands is a energy of victory um, coming in here too. What is this other thing? I'm getting a subliminal message coming in. I do feel like it's going to be a job. I feel like the job offer is one that you didn't like, you don't expect kind of energy because it feels like, oh, that one, okay. And I feel like you're like, well, I'll most likely get a job offer from this one, but you're like, no, I get a job offer from this other place. Um, so it feels almost a little bit of a nice surprise kind of energy that's coming in. So it does feel like an affirmative there. So I like that for you, MM. So many blessings to you. Now I keep looking over to make sure I'm not spinning. All right. Then we've got Hot, Hot Sun up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right. You want to know what are D's feelings, intentions, and next actions towards you in the bottom of the deck? He did something out of nowhere. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Let's take a look here. So, feelings, intentions, and next actions. All right. And then the bottom of the deck. And the bottom of the deck, we do have Empress energy here, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy, of course. It's new birthing, sensuality. There's a lot of emotional energy that comes with the Empress because she rules over all the queens, and all the queens get cups energy behind the scenes too. So I do feel that there. But let's see, what are their feelings? We got the Seven of Gifts, the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, it is an energy of the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, but it is kind of like a gifting of something just because they have these gifts that are here, but I almost feel like they're hiding them underneath somewhere. They put underneath their bed. But there's this gifting that I feel but it's like they want to express their emotion by maybe their love language is gift giving, because I do feel like they're slowly opening their heart, right? They're starting to slowly express their heart, but it's like there's this giving of a gift kind of energy. Um, and then, oh, next actions and intention. That it is that kind of message that my language is I give things. And maybe that's how they like were from mom and dad or whatever. Someone important in their life would give them something instead of spending time or telling them or giving them a hug or whatever. They gave gifts. Here, look at, I got you this. Oh, thank you. Bye. And they're like, and it's like, oh, this is how they tell me they love me kind of energy. Interesting, right? Especially that creativity, earthy energy of the Empress, coming in, as well, Mother Earth energy. It's very much about the physical world for them. So I feel like that is kind of what they're looking at here, slowly showing you how they care through gift giving. You're like, I'm okay with that. Especially if it's a ring on the finger. It's not that yet. At least that's not what I'm picking up. All right. So that's what they have for you, hot, hot sun. At least they're learning. Maybe Black Friday helped them get in tune with that side of them. I don't know. But hopefully that makes sense to you. That's what they got for you. So many blessings. Then we have Touch Your Love. You got 155.55. Look at that. A lot of change energy here. What does the next week, what is it gonna look like for you? All right, let's take a look. Evidently some change with all this 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and 1 is new beginnings. So let's take a look here and see what do they have here for you. Okay, got this, and we got this. You've got the Holly King, the Emperor, and you've got the Four of Gifts, the Four of Pentacles. So there's this, energy here of decision making. I don't know if this is decision making around home necessarily. The Four of Pentacles, the Four of Gifts kind of brings to me a vision of four solid walls. So sometimes that can mean security, but it can mean my actual residence, home that I'm in. But the Holly King, the Emperor, is an energy of I get to decide what I want for my kingdom. You know, we have a lot of advisors telling us what we should do, need to do, we must do, blah, 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 blah. You got to do what we tell you to do. And the king is like, it's my kingdom. I'm the king and kingdom. It's my life. I get to decide what I want for me. People can't tell me, unless I'm mentally incapacitated and we have a medical, whatever that thing is called, right? Power of attorney, where I've been deemed unfit and they're they're making decisions, then they can make decisions for our life, but doesn't mean we have to agree with those decisions, and we can still try to decide what it is we want with our life, make plans, and then take action behind those plans once we have it here. So it seems like next week is a lot of reflection upon what you're wanting and realizing, um, I have other options if I want. I'm not at the whim of everyone else's choices. What is it that I want? And so there's some good finding a good foundation here, and especially with the Four of Pentacles. It's an energy of important energy to be aware of. This, and then Maria P, we have you up here. Thank you for your multiple donations earlier. Here is for your free reading and a general for you and Wally's relationship. All right, let's see. What does Spirit want you to know? I already had two cards that came flying out. You got the list again. Death of the list. That's funny. The naughty or nice list gets destroyed. What's this other one? And the Four of Swords, letting go of expectations. You know, this all of this, it's funny because it even looks like the death card is pointing at the list. Let that go. That over there, let that go. That over there, let that go. So this is this energy of, and with the four of from that higher perspective, from a place of unconditional love and gratitude and joy and laughter and play instead of rules and, you know, are you being naughty or you're nice? Judgment, letting it go and choosing gratitude, right? Because that list is the expectations. Are you meeting expectations and being good and nice, or are you not meeting my expectations and you're on the naughty list? You know, and it's like releasing that judgment, releasing the list, and allowing yourself just to see those things. And I feel like they're just reiterating it very much here, but that's hilarious. The death card. Let that go. That's the message. I feel like they're just getting down into that, letting that be kind of your mantra. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I like that. So hopefully that helps, Maria. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Patricia, you are up. Take a look here. And so you're having trouble sleeping. You might be asleep by now. It's been a couple hours, but your body is tired, but your mind is very active. So can Spirit offer some guidance? And you know the disclaimer. Yeah, that's funny. Disclaimer made. Check, check. All right. And let's take a look here. What advice do they have here? All right. Yeah, we've got some change energy here. It's what's interesting. We'll look at this other one. You got the major arcana number 4 and the major arcana number 5. And then also the 5 of good cheer, the 5 of cups, which um, does start off with some emotional energy, but they're of focusing in on what is not happening right. But the behind us is the 2 of cups, the power of emotional choice that flips the switch to seeing it differently. And it's interesting when you're looking at the whole kind of process of the major arcana. We start off with the Fool card, which is us, our soul coming into the world, and then we have a spark of the magician number 1, and then the high priestess number 2, then the birthing of the empress number 3, and then we get into number 4, the emperor, which is about the rules of society. Then we get into the hierophant, which are the rules of spirituality. And that's what's coming through. I get different meanings, but they're really bringing it through here, that what's on your mind, what's getting your mind kind of looping is the supposed to be and the should be and all the rules of society and religion or spirituality, um, kind of energy. And it's like this battle of the mind, trying to make sure, trying to be in control, trying to get things in order. And it's just all over the place because it's trying, doesn't want to forget anything. Something that helps me because my mind can get into, especially when I was in corporate life and there was like 500,000 things going on all the time. I would be laying there trying to go to sleep, thinking about everything. And I discovered if I write down lists where my mind knows things are written down, then it knows it doesn't have to keep looping it, because 10 things looped 1,000 times feels like 10,000 things. When we write everything down, we realize there's really only 10 things, but now my mind knows they're written down. It stops thinking it needs to remind me because we can't forget it. Hey, don't forget. Hey, don't forget. Oh, by the way, don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget. Keeps on. So once we write it down and it's written down, then I can sleep and I can rest and my mind goes, all right, we know it's there. Night night, and then you can go to sleep. So hopefully that helps. That's what I feel Spirit has for you right now, Patricia. So many blessings to you. All right. I think I might be back. Maybe, maybe, maybe. I'm so sorry, everybody. Hopefully, we'll get this fixed tomorrow and things won't be so wonky. But I did complete Patricia, I believe, because as soon as I went to do a Teshi is when it started to loop again and it disappeared. But I think I am back. So, because I'm showing live over here. I'm so sorry, everybody. If you can see me now, hopefully they'll get this fixed in the morning. This is the most it's ever gone out over and over and over again. Wasn't so bad this morning, but maybe it's because it's like 20 degrees out. I don't know. But hopefully we'll get the technician back. I think I am really, really live now. So thank you guys. I'm so grateful. I've only got like 4 more to go. So let's cross our fingers. Let's see if we can make it through these. Then we can get out of get out of the loop. Not stop looping, right? All right, let's try this again. So Ateshi Singh, I think we're live, and I don't know if these timestamps are going to be accurate with the delays, but well, maybe I'll check them out when I return. So, Ateshi, you wanted to know the characteristics of the guy that you will share your first kiss with. Oh, like romantic kiss, not like, a kiss on the cheek, right? So let's take a look here. Based on current energies, what does this person, what kind of characteristics do they have? Oh, you can't make it up. You got the mistletoe underneath the mistletoe, kissing under the mistletoe. You do have the two of gifts here. Very balanced individual with the two of pentacles. It just cracks me up, the kissing. And maybe it is going to be under mistletoe. You're like, we don't have mistletoe over here. Get some. No. You're like, who do you want to kiss? Just put it over top and go, oh, mistletoe. Don't do that. um, but this two of gifts is it's a balanced energy, but it's almost like there's two individuals, and I feel like it depends on your energy where you're going forward. Because I feel like your path, because I don't feel like you have a fated person. You have the possibilities of two different people, and you're so close on your path that if you keep on your path now, you end up with this person. If you just adjust it a little bit, you end up with someone else. So I feel like you're at a pivotal time in your life with this two of pentacles, and it does feel here it is someone new, someone you don't know yet, the one that you're headed to right now. Because the bottom of the deck, you do have the Ace of Cups, which is a new love, a new. I think I'm back. Can you see my serious face? The internet went completely out again. I think I'm just going to keep this one up here. Let me see here. So let me type in the chat here. I think I'm back again. Grrr. It's getting frustrating for me, and I'm sure it's frustrating. So thank you guys so much. We're almost done. And oh my gosh. I am so grateful that we have internet. I'm so grateful that we have internet. I'm gonna focus on what I'm grateful for, not what's not working the way that I think it should. We're learning live, right? All right. So back to Ateshi. I think we're on Ateshi. Yes. Characteristics of the guy that you'll share your first kiss with. Hopefully, it recorded the other things. I think it did. I saw it. But we got the mistletoe, the kissing under the mistletoe here. And I do feel like there's two individuals you're so close on your path that if you make these choices, you'll end up with someone different. So you're like right on the border of kind of this pivotal time in your life where it does take you into a different direction. But the person that you're in line to hit right now is a new love. It's Ace of Cups. It's someone you don't know yet with the Ace of Cups. And then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is someone who's like true to their authentic self, but there's also this energy here that's like, they're unique and different. It's like they're unexpected. You might have like, this is who they should be and they're supposed to be and must be kind of energy, but they're different. They're like, you have this maybe list of like, well, they're probably going to be this, they're going to be like this and this kind of person. It's like, nope, it's this person. And it's kind of different than you might imagine. But they're very creative and they're very unique and very true to themselves. And I feel like that's what attracts you to them is the realness of who they are and this purity of who they are. So I like that for you. So that's what they got for you. Shoo, I think we got through it without the internet being blown out. Maybe it's all this kissing and all this romantic energy keeps on knocking us off the internet. Woo, 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 woo. All right. Thank you guys again for your patience and all of this, the delays that have been happening tonight. Like I said, hopefully tomorrow when the internet tech comes in the morning, that they will get everything squared away, because it's happening throughout the entire house, that's coming in here. So, and it might even be beyond our house too, but hopefully they'll just be able to fix it. All right. So, Lucky, you are up. I know. Quit talking, and while the internet's up, get going, Brother Z. All right. So let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. And then will you be traveling soon? All right, let's take a look here based on current energies. Will you be traveling soon? And is J included in the travel? All right. So will you be traveling soon? You have the Knight of Candles. Wow. The Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight. Yeah, maybe even sooner than you think because it's happening fast with the Knight of Wands. So I do feel like you will be traveling soon. Is J included? We got the Three of Pentacles coming in here. And it's an interesting energy because the Three of Pentacles can be like an energy of friends, like a friends group kind of energy. So I feel like it's whatever this traveling, it kind of feels like friends want to go do it and they're like, and we don't want to be a romantic weekend. It's just us friends kind of energy. So if Jay's a friend, part of the friend group, yeah. If they're not, then no. I feel like this little sudden most recent or trip in the future is just the tribe, just the people. No spouses, girlfriends, whatever. It's just the friends going kind of energy, if that makes sense. But that's what I feel is coming through here. But I feel like it happens faster than you might think coming up here too. Right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings, Lucky. All right. And then we got Brenda Globy. All right, and here's your timestamp. And should AS wait for KTH? When with spirit, there's no shoulds. There's just um, different choices with different outcomes, different experiences. So how can we ask this to get what you're looking for here? It's let's just pull a card. If they wait for KTH, and if they don't wait for KTH, because that'll show us the energy of both, and then we get to decide what energy we want to experience, right? Or AS does, because we can't choose for them. They have to choose for themselves. So if they wait for KTH, we do have the strength card. We've got Leo energy, fire energy that comes in here. We learn inner strength by waiting. If we don't wait, then yeah, we have the ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure that's free of expectations, a world of possibilities. So, you know, it's like, and so this is kind of what it sounds like, right? If I wait for them, in the waiting, I have a lot of learning, self learning that I do about my own strength because in order for me to build strength, I lift a lot of heavy weights. I go through a lot waiting. Whereas if I don't wait, then I feel this freedom. I feel like I've achieved a cycle. I'm letting go for me. And I'm just going to go instead of having expectations and trying to control things or trying to have intentions. I'm just enjoying life, and in that enjoyment, there's this beautiful flow of life too. So, are they in the mood to really grow and build muscle, spiritual, emotional muscle, or are they ready for freedom and flow and learning to let go? Um, doesn't mean that it won't come back around, but sometimes our lesson is in letting go and not trying to control things. We get to live our passion, and in living our passion of our life, what we love, what we like doing, instead of trying to like make love like a job that we're trying to fill a position for where it feels very like an interview process and hiring and firing and all that. It's more enjoyable too. So there's either way there, whatever AS chooses there. There's no should, there's no have to, must energy there. But she gets to choose, or they get to choose. So that is what we have for you, Brenda. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Olivier Vergara, you are up. You might be the last one here. So, hurry, hurry. Click, click, click. Here's your time step here. Will you meet someone good and interesting in December? Let's take a look here based on current energies. Will you meet someone good and interesting? All right, we got that. And we got this one too. So you've got the Six of Good Cheer, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Gifts, the Six of Pentacles. So flowing energy, and this is an energy of past life connections and someone that is equal giving and receiving too. So definitely it feels here. It's funny. Someone good. Well, you got the Six of Good Cheer. So yeah. So I like that. I feel like there is this past life connection energy, and you'll meet them and you'll feel this immediate connection with them. And I do feel that there's romantic energy, and there's that giving and receiving energy that comes in too, where it's equal. It's not you over or them over, it's equal, and you both equally want to reach out to one another, communicate with one another. Not sure where it's going to go, but you do meet them in December, and I like that. And I just always say, how we know it's this person because they've got a rainbow shooting out of their butt, and and they glow in the dark, because it's like we have this draw to them, this comfortability right away, and we're like, "Whoa, this is different." That definitely is there. So I like that. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else coming in there. So that is an affirmative. I like that for you. And I think that is everybody. Hopefully, I didn't lose anybody in all the chats. Ooh, I don't have this on live. Let's make sure here. Yeah, I don't think anyone else has commented with all of the stuff going on here. Let me close out of this. Let me just make sure over here. Show the chat. Will it reload? Okay, now it's updated. It wasn't updating before. Oh, my lord. Okay. So I think we are good. So I will pick two winners, one from donations, one from free readings to win a 15-minute recorded reading. I'll post a pinned comment after we're done. And again, I'm not sure the timestamps are going to be accurate with all the delays going in and out and in and out. So my apologies. Maybe I'll just put a note up there because I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to go back through and readjust all the all of them. At least everyone has an idea of where they fall in the whole scheme of things. But I will post it. I'll pin it on the pinned comment. I'll put the winners, and then I'll also post, as long as the internet's up, social media on my Facebook, my Instagram threads, and then on the community area, I'll post the winners too. And then I'll be back tomorrow morning. I might be a little late, depending on the internet people, if they get everything up and running. But I will be on tomorrow sometime. They're due between 10 a.m. and noon. We'll see if they show up at 10 a.m. and get everything squared away, and then I go live, or I might be a little delayed. So, but I will. My goal, fingers crossed, with gratitude that uh, I'll be on tomorrow, and then I will also have giveaways tomorrow too. And if you haven't signed up and for the giveaway next week for the full moon giveaway, I'm also giving away a 30-minute personal recorded reading in a drawing or a hedge of peace and love. So if you haven't checked it out, you can check there or in the description box of the video. Also, everything's on sale until the end of the year. All that's in also down in the description box of the video. And my newest podcast episode is also out if you haven't checked that out. If you want to get some hints from Spirit on how to make the life of humanity as a human easier instead of harder. So, big thank you again, everyone, for all of your patience in the interruptions of the internet and everything this evening. I know it was frustrating for little Bretta Zen here. And so, thank you for your patience in dealing with that. And I think that is it. We're going to go ahead and sign off while we have completed everything and pray for the best in the morning. All right, guys. Remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. Big hugs, much love. Dream well, sleep well, enjoy your day if you're on the other side of the world, and we'll see you soon. Much love. All right. I love you guys. Bye.